This is a little bit different video, and I've done some of these in the past here. I'm doing my record recap for Sunday, November 5th, 6th, I don't remember which day it is. I went to a local swap meet, and there was a record dealer there, and he had some individually priced records, but I was drawn to the dollar records, and he said, oh, by the way, they're two for $1. So let's just show you what I have picked up here. I've turned off the computer screen so it's not so distracting here. Many of these are in rough condition, but you will see what they are for 50 cents. There's no way I could have passed them up. The first record here, the cover is falling apart, and I almost didn't buy this. Let's try to get a better camera angle here. This is an early Elvis Presley record on RCA Victor. The record is not in wonderful shape here. The prices of this record are in the hundreds of dollars. However, somebody has doodled on Elvis's face and has written on his guitar, Alfred E. Newman. I think he also made his guitar a Mattel branded guitar. And made his strings look like they were broken. I think he might have tried to put a whammy stick there. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. And then there's numerous names written on here. But for, like I said, for 50 cents, it's just the fact that it exists. There's the back of the sleeve here. Just the fact that it exists is really pretty cool. A lot of these had the ET on there. I'm not sure who that meant here. Again, 50 cents a record. This one is Martin Mull and his Fabulous Furniture in Your Living Room. I'm not familiar with his comedy album here, but it was kind of unusual, and I didn't want to pass that up. It's from like 73 or 74. I've forgotten the date already, and it opens up like this here with the, the gatefold or whatever you call it, and that's pretty cool there. I don't understand a lot of this, but once I listen to it, I probably will. Most of the records I got dated 72, but there's a few older ones as well, like this Country Joe and the Fish on Vanguard. It's not in wonderful condition, but I might be able to find a better copy of the record and keep the cover here. That's pretty cool. That's from the 60s. And then we've got 72. We've got Luther Allison, Bad News Is Coming, and I think he's a blues artist. I just don't think you can get away with a cover like that these days. And this is actually a pretty rare album. I've seen it about 50, 60 bucks or more, and the CD is only like a $10 CD, but it's still pretty cool to find this one in any condition. I got another copy of a group called Smith. If you've never heard of Gail McCormick, she recently died last year in 2016, and she's just makes the whole band. The rest of these guys are filler, essentially. But she does Baby It's You. Just look it up on YouTube. She's just really, really awesome. Just very underrated. And that's a replacement copy. Everybody knows the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Not a terribly valuable album, but still for 50 cents on Liberty, I think I'll grab that one. Then here's one I know nothing about, or very little about. It's The Joy of Cooking's Castles, and I think they're like a 70s, kind of a psychedelic type of group, probably. But anyway, that's just kind of cool to have that one. This is the kind of stuff you will not find at thrift stores or Goodwills. And if you do, they're going to want at least $3.99, and they're not going to be in good shape. Now, this record, the seller told me it was the wrong one, but he had it flipped around. There's two sides to this record. The New Sounds of the Weirdos. And if you remember the Weirdos, they were like model kits that you could build, and they're just monsters in kind of George Barris type cars or whatever. This is really pretty cool. My uncle's a fan of the Weirdos. And the Sounds of the Silly Surfers is on the back, and that was what was on the other side, and I guess he didn't notice that. But anyway, again, 50 cents. And I guess, like I said, it says music to build models by or something like that. And that's a kind of a nice rare cover. It's probably like a $60 album, but not in that condition. This kind of looks like a Crosby, Stills, Nash record cover, but this is Aztec Two-Step. I know nothing about them. They're on Elektra. And again, this one actually was in pretty good condition. Yeah, this was in good condition and playable condition, so somebody must have not liked it. And that's from 72 as well. This one probably is also from 72. Yeah, I got a lot of 72s. I liked 72, I guess. This is Sail Cat Motorcycle Mama. This is probably the least valuable, just about all of them. But it turns out it's Jack Davis artwork, which is really pretty awesome. And the seller was kind of like, oh man, I should have saved that for my friend, but too bad. So sad. And then it opens up to some more Jack Davis artwork. He did lots of, I think, Bad Magazine. He also did the poster for Bad News Bears. And there's the back of it. They just look like two, light rock musicians or whatever out of the 70s, I guess. I have no idea. But with a name like Sail Cat, they can't be too loud. I mean, Rainbow Road, that's their first song. Well, whatever. Anyway, and so Motorcycle Mama on the brighter side of it all, so that'll be interesting to listen to. Not too many, I should have bought a few more, but you just end up with a lot of really low condition records, that you're just like, why did I get that? So anyway, that was a fun trip. Oh, I had one other thing I was going to show, and I got this button here, the Complete Computer K Pro. Now this is actually valuable. I found it for 50 cents, and there's two on eBay right now for about $25 to $35. I think it's probably like a $15 badge, but K-Pro is one of those junky computers out of the 80s that didn't catch on. So anyway, that's the stuff the records I got in, and if anybody has any questions or enjoyed that, thank you for watching.